Alright, so pretty much my biggest takeaways from the first video here is that everybody kind of thinks differently, and I could be going around it at, like, thinking a project, looking at it one way, and I could keep trying to work on it, but then the moment that somebody else comes in, they could be like, oh, what about this? And it could be something like either successes, or they could be like a flaw of some sort that kind of what's it called? It could help resolve the problem. The other big takeaway for me was also like that making like applications and stuff for like a business can take time, and it's not like you're gonna be gaining money like right away if you're just starting something. So it takes time and money to do that, and you have to be really patient with it. And then plus you also have to like scale the issue as well, like how you said at the end there. Now, is the app going to work for 10 people? Will it work for 100 people? Do you have enough server space for that, etc., and all that? And making sure that you make an app that's going to be for millions of people, say, for example, like TikTok or Instagram or social media, is making sure you have a platform big enough for all of that amount of user space compared to maybe this app that we use for football called Train Heroic. I mean, I doubt there's millions of people using that because it's specifically for college sports, and even then, even with it being for college sports, that's probably like maybe a couple 100,000, so it's not as big. So yeah, what's something that you or people consistently get frustrated with that you could think of an app to solve? That one's kind of a hard one because I'm really bad at thinking of these things like on the spot. But I guess for my computer, I wish that there was a better diagnostic tool to tell you exactly what was wrong with it. Coming from an IT's perspective, a lot of the times, like for example, Windows Troubleshooter always comes up like half the time unconclusive. I just wish that there was a better program specifically for that. Thinking of an app to solve that would take a lot of time and a lot of effort, but I definitely think that if you're able to like measure the processor, for example, a lot easier to measure your RAM all at the same time with it like running A in the background or something, or on startup or shutdown, something along like the lines of that could help. What evidence do you have that others can view this as a problem? Just working in like IT for the school, we've had this happen a lot, where it's difficult to diagnose a computer. And with everything that's gone on with the school, we just started outsourcing it because it's become more of, like it takes too long in a sense. But yeah, there's that. Why does the problem need to be solved? I just think it'd be a lot faster to like diagnose people's computers. And doing that would obviously like make people happier because they could get their computer back faster, or maybe people could even think about how to fix their computers themselves, or an app that even does that as well. Give an example of an app solving a real problem. I'm gonna kind of go off an app that I actually helped make for the school, is the Chapel app. With everything going online, that was a problem that we needed to solve. How are we going to have Chapel? And we were able to implement the YouTube API, implement cookies in a way that we could track, implement the APU database and APIs and all that good stuff to form the Chapel app that we are using now, currently for the school. An app that doesn't appear to solve a real world problem. I mean, personally, I could say TikTok. I think that's more of a distraction. I mean, it does solve like entertainment, but that's pretty much it. So I just think that there's a lot of, from what I've read and looked up, there's a lot of security issues and all that stuff. So I don't really feel like that's solving like too much of a real world problem, but it does also give people something to do. So I mean, there's that. So yeah, that's my first video. I'll be making my second video here shortly.